Critics of President Trump and his stance that there is a crisis at the southern border have come from the far left, libertarians, and even from within his own Republican Party. Getting to the truth of crisis or not has not been an easy task, but it's hard to ignore that Trump may indeed be right to call it a crisis these days. Earlier this week, the Customs and Border Patrol released apprehension numbers for March of this year. In just the Rio Grande Valley sector alone, they've experienced more apprehensions in the first 6 months of fiscal 2019 than all of 2018 combined. According to the numbers, over 164,000 people have been detained since October of 2018 when the fiscal year began. In all of fiscal 2018, the Rio Grande Valley sector experienced just 162,262 apprehensions. To further put this in perspective, in just 6 months, there have been 15,310 unaccompanied minors apprehended. That's already 64% of the total from last year. Meanwhile, the number of family units crossing the border in the Rio Grande Valley sector has already surpassed last year, with 79,000 people compared to just over 63,000 last year. But it isn't just the Rio Grande Valley sector that tells us we're seeing a crisis happening. Let's look at some of the total numbers to come from the March report by CBP. To date, there is a 370% increase in family units apprehended at the border. Furthermore, 60% of those caught are either family units or unaccompanied minors. Oh, and lest you think the caravans are over, so far this year the CBP has apprehended 104 large groups, which it classifies as 100 more people. Last year that number was 13. While we may have a vigorous and important debate to have over how to handle what's happening at the border, calling it anything other than a crisis is to ignore the facts as they stand. I'm Andrew Coppins, and this has been By the Numbers. You can follow me on all the socials at The Coppins Show.